Well, welcome back to the Kingsway Podcast.
Welcome.
You're here.
We're here.
We're excited.
You're excited.
I know by the title, this might be like, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah.
We don't know either, but we're about to have some fun.
Yeah.
This is some nerdy stuff.
It is.
Super nerdy. Hopefully, this is a play along with you guys because we think our answers are probably going to be pretty outrageous and a blast and a lot of fun. But I think as we go along, you're going to have a chance to maybe not necessarily like out loud. Maybe you are that type of person be like, no, that's not it. So, you know, this might be one that interactions with the comments or having somebody actually in the room with you while you listen to it could be fun because there's going to be some debate, natural debate around some of this stuff, mainly because we want to do something a little bit. I think this is almost like you said it earlier. It's almost like Bible college nerd level here.
Yeah.
It's like dorm room shenanigans.
Like for me, I'm not a sports person.
Yeah.
So every time it's like fantasy football time or whatever, it's like, hey, you hear about AJ Schmoozle? And I'm like, no, never heard any of those syllables put together that way. But like for some other people, if you haven't been raised in a church that cares about Bible literacy, and so they're like in kids ministry, there's like all this memorization and storytelling and whatever. Like maybe you don't know. We're like, so Paul, you know Paul, right?
Yep.
And you're like,
no idea.
Pedro Pascal? Who? Yeah.
And I think that's a part of this is like it's combining a lot of worlds that maybe
Very back. Keep going.
you have or haven't been a part of. I think that's the most exciting part for me is that there's so many cool characters inside the Bible that oftentimes aren't the main characters. And so because of that, we sometimes just highlight, like, for example, we're talking about sports, just the quarterback.
Yeah.
But there's so many other players.
Yeah.
Right? And so
Like the Gatorade guy. No?
perfect.
Or
Yes.
Powerade, I don't
Crushed
know.
it. Waterboy. But here's the fun thing. I want you guys, as you're listening or whatever, to use and flex the knowledge that you have to maybe learn something, but also maybe you don't agree.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do this in kind of a couple different categories. We're going to start with football because it's football-ish time.
Football
it's getting
season.
there. And so we were going to start with this. Basically, the way this is going to work is we're going to have a couple different categories, and we're going to name the category, and then we're going to try to fill a number of positions, maybe not the full football team.
This is fantasy football-esque.
Yeah.
But we'll do it in a couple categories, but yeah.
And so we are going to pick characters from the Bible that we think would be on our football team, and they would be our starting 11, but we just don't necessarily need to. We'll just get the main positions covered. But starting off here, let's just start just easy going.
Yeah.
The tight end of the football team. Now, here's what the tight end is, Ryan, because we're learning along with you.
I need help.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
The tight end is basically halfway between a wide receiver and a lineman. They do a lot of blocking.
Yeah.
And they also do a lot of short routes. Sometimes they can stretch, but their primary role is to kind of be the big target that the quarterback can hit and to find space in zone. But they also do a lot of like, they're more mobile. So if the running back needs somebody to get out in front of them or if get downfield and block for a wide receiver. They have a lot of different roles, but mainly they're just kind of this extension of the offensive line that protects the quarterback. And then they have a whole bunch of other offensive roles.
Okay.
It is a role that I can see a lot of biblical characters potentially fitting in.
So we're picking a tight end.
Yep.
What's your pick? Or do you want me to go first?
So here's the thing about a tight end.
And I feel like we can't pick the same person.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like a tight end is I'm going to go with something like
Explosive speed, not necessarily stamina.
yes. I think you need like a Peter to be your tight end.
Okay.
I think Peter needs to be your tight end. He's going to crack block somebody, but you also want to get him the ball because he's probably going to give you 110% effort.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I trust him to get too far away. And he definitely lost the foot race also. So he's not the fastest on the team.
I'm going to ask a really stupid question.
It's okay. There's a safe place, Ryan. This
Everybody
is a safe
just
place.
get locked and loaded to judge me.
This is a safe place, Ryan.
Which Kelsey just got engaged to Taylor Swift? And what
love
was
you
he?
so much. That's exactly
He's a
why
tight
I
end?
brought up. He's a tight end. You
Great,
did
okay.
it, man. You crushed it.
I was like, I knew he caught the ball. I know he's smaller than the other Kelsey.
Yep.
I didn't know if he was a wide receiver.
So his
or tight
brother
end.
was an offensive lineman.
Yes.
And so
I know that.
that's one of the first questions that Taylor asked. So you're right in line. Taylor asked, what was it like to play your brother in the Super Bowl and like see him on the field? And he's like, we were never on the field at the same time because we both played offense. And she was like, oh, and she didn't even know that they were. So anyway, but that's exactly right. So it is in your mind if you want to, Travis Kelce would be the Chiefs. And there's been so many. Chiefs have had some really good tight ends.
Yeah.
So it's a position that I think are there. So I think what you're thinking is like, think about like Peter as like an example. So
I see what you're saying. I have a few ideas, but I'm trying to balance between a few and see like, who do I want to save for offensive linemen, for defensive linemen, for wide receiver, whatever, because they're kind of got a foot in all those circles. I'm trying to not say anything so I don't let go of my good ideas. That
I know.
Else. I'm gonna say Uriah the Hittite.
Okay.
If you don't know who that is, the story of David and Bathsheba.
Yep.
So Uriah is in David's army.
Yep.
He's a very noble person, very dedicated. And so because he's a soldier, is he one of David's mighty men? Okay.
He's not.
Because he's a soldier, he's got strength and endurance. So I think he's just a generally good fit.
Absolutely. Let's go to offensive line. Okay. We're not going to do all offensive line.
I know who I'm picking.
4 or 5. I do too. Are we going to say it at the same time?
No.
You don't think so?
If you say it, I'm picking somebody else.
Okay. I was going to say the Sons of Thunder. I'm going to put the brothers from the 12 as the offensive
Can I use
line.
one of them for a different position?
Sure.
Okay. That's not who I'm picking.
Okay.
So offensive linemen, I'm thinking they need to be big, but also aggressive enough to push out and make space for the quarterback.
Absolutely.
I'm picking Esau.
Okay. Yep. That's a great pick.
There is Esau, Jacob and Esau. Yep. They're twins. Esau is the bigger, hairier. He's the Jason Kelce.
He is.
He's the bigger, hairier, aggressive hunter, whatever.
That's a really good pick.
Great pick.
Yep.
There is a theory in at least some Mormon circles that Bigfoot is the living Esau.
Wow.
That Esau never died and that it's Bigfoot.
That is crazy.
So like gigantic person who's hairy and scary and big and fast because he's a hunter, strong and fast and agile and like out there.
That's perfect.
I feel great. I only picked a guy. I didn't pick 2 guys.
3. I think like if I'm gonna pick like a 4th, like all right, I want a giant of a man that I want to protect my quarterback. I'm trying to think like who is like a protective soul in the Bible that I'm like, yeah. There's a couple of David's men. What's his right hand man? Why can I not remember it right now? I'm
gonna look him up.
He's got 2 of them, but he's like the one that he's always with him, and he was with Saul first. Oh, I can't remember his name right now. It's I think it starts with a J.
Adino the Ezonite.
No.
Eleazar.
No, it's once he
Shammah.
becomes king. It's once he becomes king. He's the one that actually kills Absalom.
Benaiah.
Maybe. I can't remember now. I'm going to have to look it up. Anyway, he's a good one. Let's do this, though. Let's shift. I think the offensive line, that's probably one of the easier positions because I think nobody, like unless you're really into the team, you don't really know who those guys are.
Yeah.
Let's spread it out a little bit. Let's go wide receivers.
Okay.
All right? Like who's catching, we don't know who's throwing yet, but who's catching the ball?
I know who I'm picking.
Who are you picking?
You can't pick him because they already used him. But I'm using the Apostle John.
Oh,
they raced to the tomb and he was faster.
Yep. I mean, that's a great pick.
He's got all the wide receiver qualities.
Absolutely. And here's the funny thing about that too is I feel like he's the one that lives the longest, and so like he would be the wisest, the wittiest. Like I'd be really, really, really. That's a really
tactical smarts on the field.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with maybe an unorthodox pick, but I'm gonna go Jacob.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why Jacob's because he's sneaky.
Yeah.
He's sneaky.
Sneaky wise.
Like I think running routes and being able to trick people.
Yeah.
And like
that makes
I just
sense.
think he's gonna be a little like hard to hold down.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then I think I'm gonna go with Joseph also. I think Joseph, because he's described as like strong and big, and like Potiphar's wife was like, hey, this guy's a good looking dude. He seems to be very capable.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like he'd be like your one that like every game he's gonna perform. And then Jacob would sneak in there, get a couple routes, and then John would just be running full bore down the field.
Yeah.
So that. All right, let's go running back. All right, because this is where I was gonna say John, because I wanted him as my running back. So I'm not going to say
Can
that.
you describe what a running back is?
Yeah, so the running backs who they hand the ball off to sometimes,
okay,
and then they run.
Great.
So like that's the one that like they got to be strong but fast, kind of maybe a little bit of like can get right. I also like though the idea of like having like Simon the Zealot.
Yeah,
because he's like
good.
Right, like because he could just be like, whew, and he's tough, and he probably knows how to
gritty.
He's probably got some technique in his background.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Simon the Zealot is, another one of the 12. He was a Zealots, or a faction of Jewish that were basically assassins. And
Assassin's Creed is a medium description of.
Really, it's crazy.
Not great, but medium.
It's just wild. And you can look that whole line and thing up. So here's the big one, though. Quarterback.
Yep.
There's only one answer.
Jesus.
It's Jesus. That's 100%.
Okay, I feel like
cop out. That's the cop out.
Jesus.
But that is Jesus. He's hitting John every time, man.
I feel like you can't pick Jesus.
That's a good Bible joke.
Yeah, you're right. Man.
So here's the thing. There's only one story that I think gives perfect explanation for who this should be. And maybe you'll disagree with it. But David kills Goliath with a sling.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with David as my backup.
Sense.
He's also in the line of Jesus. So it's like, I mean, the next closest thing, right?
Yeah.
Is the king of Israel.
Yeah.
And he already killed somebody by throwing something. I mean, it's not with that, but, with the sling. But maybe his arms built similarly.
Yeah. It's a little bit different of a technique.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I feel like I'd love to see the combo of, like, John catching the line of David's Hail Mary. That's a lot of
Hail Mary means something different.
A lot of craziness right there. Right? Can you imagine that line?
Yeah.
David.
John did catch Mary. This is today. This is your mother.
That's what I'm saying. It's so many cool twists in that. Just that sentence alone.
That's pretty good.
All right.
I don't know that I could pick a person better than David for quarterback, but I think if I had to, I'm going to use this person for a different one of our rosters. But I feel like I would pick Apollos because very well educated, and a lot of quarterbacks are on the more educated, tactical, decision-making, studied side. They're the ones who have to see the tapes the most and go over stuff and know the plays and whatever. And then he's also described as young and like just vibrant. I don't know that there's any description that's going to help you see like, oh, he's ripped or something, but like he's full of youth.
Yeah.
That will probably help you throw far.
All right, so let's just pick a couple defensive positions, because.
Also, who's the Andy Reid?
So, oh man, who's the coach?
Who's the coach?
Moses. It's got to be. I mean,
as long as Moses has his arms up, they're winning.
That's all I'm saying. Like, it's got to be Abraham or Moses.
They're always hitting the first down when his arms are up.
I don't know. Can't think of maybe Nicodemus. Nicodemus could be
I would do like James,
pick.
the brother of Jesus, leader of the Jerusalem
James
church.
wouldn't be bad. He'd be the assistant coach to Moses. Moses would be the first. I don't know. I like that.
Okay.
Defensive wise, this is where we get fun.
I have one pick for defensive lineman.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Eglon.
See, I was going Goliath. It's like Goliath.
Goliath's probably better. So Goliath is the famously giant enemy of the people of God who David killed. He's either 6'6" or 9 foot.
9'6".
I can't remember if it's a textual variant or if it's like a word that could be interpreted one of a couple
we don't
ways,
know exactly.
A measurement word.
Measurement.
Either way, he's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
That's a pretty good idea because he's a soldier. He's strong. My pick is the fattest guy in the Bible.
Yeah, the biggest guy in the Bible.
He, this may be too graphic if you're listening with kids. They would love it, but you may not love them to hear it. But the story of Eglon, I think he was killed by Ehud, or maybe it's a different guy. It's in the book of Judges.
He's going to the bathroom.
Yes. So he has a private meeting with the guy who's one of the people of God, one of that tribe. And this big fat king is from a kingdom that is not, I don't know if he's Philistine or something, but he's not one of the good guys. He's on an opposing side. He's oppressing the people of Israel, and he's so fat.
Yep.
And so this guy comes in to assassinate him from the people of Israel, and he's left-handed. And so where he keeps his sheathed sword under his cloak, they don't check for it. They just assume everybody's going to be right-handed. This guy sneaks in and pulls out his sword and stabs old fatty king. And he's so fat that his sword gets lost in the guy's stomach.
Yep. Folds over it.
Can't pull it back out. Can't find it. Whatever. And so then the king's like surprised, dying. And then he goes to the bathroom to like find a safe place to hide. And the noises he's making in the bathroom, they're all familiar with as this guy's normal bathroom noises.
Yep.
So they don't even check on him.
Yep.
And then he dies.
And he dies.
Hopefully not dead Eglon, but like a live Eglon.
No, but they ain't running up the middle with those two in the center.
He's so wide, you're not getting past him.
No way. And see, I'm thinking now defensive end is the guys that play on the end of the line, and their job is to hold. So they have to be quick enough to hold the running back from getting outside.
Yep.
But they can't let the running back they have to kind of make them go inside.
Yeah.
So their goal is to kind of hold the edge, but they're also normally the ones that sack the quarterback the most.
Yeah.
And so my defensive end pick would be Samson.
Yeah.
Like I just think Samson would he would terrorize.
Yeah.
Terrorize our line, the offensive line.
Because you need a pretty big guy to be still agile, but pretty big guy.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think some defensive backs. That's where this starts to get a little complicated because, you want these guys to be almost like wide receivers that can't catch. Like that's what they basically are. They're like really good wide receivers that can't catch. And
can catch.
And then you need
intercept.
a crackdown safety, like somebody that sits in the middle of the field and anybody that's trying to catch it, they just smoke them as soon as they catch the ball. And so I got a couple. See, you took Esau in one of those positions. I thought Esau would be an amazing safety. Yeah. Just roaming around, hungry to crush people.
I'm going to put, so safety is a guy who runs.
Safety is in the middle of the field and basically doesn't have a one-on-one cover, kind of floats in a zone. And then he normally is reacting to the ball. So either he's the first to react to the running back if he comes out of the backfield, or he's trying to react to wherever the ball's thrown to kind of give help.
Yeah.
So
is that a typically fast person?
Fast and strong. Like a good combination.
This may not be a great pick, but I'm picking it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm putting Onesimus.
Okay.
The runaway slave.
Yep.
He probably had to be pretty quick.
I was going to say, that's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. And he also is very coachable.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. He's very coachable.
So I feel like he's got the speed and he's got the wits to be able to lock onto the next person and find him.
The thing I was going to say, I think Barnabas is also a candidate, not because he's
assistant coach.
No, maybe because of one of the places that they go in Acts, he's actually called Zeus. And he's described as this large character, like larger than life. And so there's something in there that I feel like he might be the right energy on the defense to kind of keep everybody focused, encouraged, and then also play the position well.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Well, we did. So that's the first category.
I didn't pick a bunch of positions because I was running out of any possible
You're totally
ideas.
fine. This is just fun. Now you see how this works. We're going to transfer this over, and we're going to do some superhero characters. All right. So we're going to build basically our Avengers using Justice League through biblical characters. Okay. So now here's what's going on.
Are we giving them superpowers or just picking people?
Picking people to play the Marvel's characters.
Yeah.
And so perfect example, we said earlier, it's like I said it as an example for you to understand what this was, but like I would take Samson and I would make him the Hulk.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that is just...
He already sort of is.
It's exactly what it is, right? And guess what? The only thing that can calm him down, sun's getting a little bow, big guy.
Yep. Hair's getting a little short, big guy.
So I just think that's a really cool comparison, and it's fun. Who would be Iron Man? I got a good idea.
I've got an idea, and I'm afraid it's exactly your idea.
Maybe.
I'm going to say Solomon.
That's exactly. I don't think there's anybody else who can play him.
About as smart as you can get, as wise as you can get, as rich as you can get.
Yes.
Little bit scummy.
Yeah,
in
like has
personal. Okay, would you rather just tie a character one-on-one to a Bible character, or you want to say who's our this type of person, who's our tank, rather than who is the Hulk?
I mean, yeah, in a lot of ways we could do both.
Okay,
because like I think those characters are gonna like run because it's like, all right, Dax, who's Dax? You know,
From The Incredibles?
From the no, I'm not Dax, Drax from
from Guardians
from
of the
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
It's kind of a similar
Similar
character, the
character,
Hulk,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
but rather than turning into the Hulk, he's just permanently a very like bloodthirsty warrior sort of guy.
Absolutely. See, to me, it's Peter.
Yeah.
Because things go over his head. He sometimes sticks his, like, he doesn't get it, but yet he's willing to do whatever you want. But sometimes you're like, Peter, you're an idiot. Like, what are you doing?
I feel like every good superhero team needs some sort of magic-y guy.
Yeah.
Elijah.
Okay.
I was going to say Elisha first, but
so is he like
call down fire from heaven thing is like.
So he's Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Absolutely. I love that pick. That's a great pick.
Could be, I mean, DC has their own version of it. It's not Mysterio. That's from Spider-Man. His name's Dr. Fate or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
He was
yeah,
in
yeah.
the Black Adam movie.
Yep.
It was Pierce Brosnan.
I remember. I can't remember who that
He has
is.
a helmet. He has a gold helmet. Can't think of it.
I'm trying to
right
stay
now.
Marvel for now because I want to go DC, but I want to stay here for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Marvel characters I think are more known at this place, even though I think
Yeah.
sometimes DC characters get a bad rap. The new
love
Superman
DC.
was awesome, and we'll get to
Yep.
that in a minute. Let's do Peter Quill.
That's tough because he kind of doesn't have superpowers. He's kind of just walking around doing stuff.
John the Baptist.
I could see that, but I feel like John the Baptist is so much more responsible than him.
Okay.
He's a little like Peter's like irresponsible and stupid.
How about like Doubting Thomas? Like, is it not enough personality there? Not enough confidence?
I feel like it's closer.
Okay, closer, getting there. You know, it's always funny because like
I feel like he would be Peter.
you think so?
Yeah.
All right, so
'Cause
he's Peter.
like headstrong,
Yeah,
in over his head at the same time.
yeah.
Like
You're
nothing
probably
really
right.
special about him, just assuming he should belong.
So and then James, the son of Thunder, he's Drax. Like, is he like one of those
Probably.
two? Or it's
Yeah.
like, can we call down thunder on them or lightning on them? Like, no,
Yeah,
we can't
fire.
do that. Fire.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that. Okay, I like that. I'm just kind of like going down the line in my mind of like, what are the characters? Like, who's
So like the normal Avengers would
Yeah.
be like, so Captain America, I feel like that's an obvious David.
Yeah.
Strong, noble.
Yep.
And that's a big theme with Captain America.
got a great heart,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Language.
Wants to use his powers for good most of the time.
Black Widow.
You could, so it's tough. You could say Rahab
That's
because
what I was
like
going.
a dark past
Yep,
and
that's what I was
run into
going.
whatever. But I don't know that has the right.
Makes the genealogy. I mean, you know, makes the roster.
I would almost put Mary Magdalene plus some of the fictitious history behind
Yeah.
her.
Okay.
So like not true about the real Mary Magdalene that she was a prostitute
or anything.
or necessarily demon possessed.
But kinda has that
That's sort of
reputation.
a 5th century, 6th century,
Yeah.
not forgery, but like
Yeah.
assumption.
Yep.
It was like a domino effect of assumptions that then finally they were like, oh yeah, because she was this.
Yep.
Because we know all this stuff about her, but not all of that actually tracks back to
I feel like I feel like that's
like
a
that
pretty
as
good
Black
fill.
Widow, because it has more actionable moments
Yeah.
than Rahab actually has. She has that one great moment and then it's just kind of hanging around.
Well, yeah, but then she also like is the tomb. Like, there's tons of cool.
I'm
things.
talking about Rahab.
Oh, Rahab. Yeah, no.
the one actual moment.
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene has a bunch.
has some good ones.
Yeah.
I think the reason I probably would lean Rahab more is because she's
Yeah.
Russian and she's like got more of like she's not necessarily from. Like,
Oh, yes,
you know what
yeah.
I mean. So like
Because
Rahab,
Black Widow's Russian.
Yes, because Black Widow's Russian, and so the character feels like it's not the same. Like
Not from the same background.
exactly, and so
That
it
makes
has a
sense.
little bit of that. But I also like the idea of the being more involved. So that I get
Yeah.
that. Hawkeye.
You could say David again because of slingshot, whatever.
Yeah,
but
I feel like he's
there was a whole subset of ancient Israelites who were like,
really good with bows
Yeah.
or slings. I know that they did some like stuff on the History Channel, like how slings at that time with the same like they could make a rock fly at like the caliber of 22 caliber bullet. They could get a rock to fly that same speed, and I was like, that is crazy. I feel like I could go like Joshua, maybe. Like I could go like Joshua. Like it doesn't really have any superpowers or anything, but like kills it, if that makes sense. Like knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
We got a big one coming up, which I don't know.
It's the tribe of Benjamin.
Oh, let's go Benjamin.
Benjamin was known for having exceptionally skilled slingers, particularly a group of 700 chosen and left-handed warriors who could sling stones with remarkable accuracy, as noted in the Bible.
Wild.
That's what I was thinking of. So like Judges 20:16, chapter 20, verse 16. Among all this people, there were 700 chosen men left-handed. Everyone could sling stones at a hair's breadth and not miss.
It's wild.
There are a couple others.
So
that's one of those guys.
Oh yeah, one of those guys. That makes total sense.
700 choices.
So we got two big ones that I'm kind of curious which will go, which is Thor and Loki.
Okay.
Because those are...
If any of you are like, wait, Loki's not an Avenger, talk to Sharon, my wife. She says that Loki is her favorite Avenger.
Yeah, so here's the struggle with Loki, though. Like, Loki has his own rules, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I tend to go someone like Judas.
Judas would fit, especially if whatever individual listening to this buys into... We've talked about it before on the podcast, on Sunday sermons, but if you buy into the theory, this is not fact, the theory that Judas wasn't just fully possessed by the devil and wanting to hurt Jesus, but that like maybe redemptively he was trying to spark Jesus' messianic rule by pushing him to act. He has to save himself now, and then he doesn't.
Yeah.
Or something like that. If you treat it like that, then yeah, Loki, Judas... makes some sense.
Would work.
If you don't, then Judas is more just a villain, where Loki's always struggling between the two, but Judas is just an okay guy turned villain.
See, I feel like
the end.
Maybe a better arc is Jacob.
Jacob could be,
because like
he's always struggling.
He's always struggling with like I want to be the firstborn. I want to kind of get the inheritance. I want to be.
I would say like Saul is a good.
Yeah, Saul's
a little less
too.
sneaky. Jacob's better on the sneaky side comparison to
Well,
Loki.
it's just the brother thing though, like because it's like the brother thing, and it's like they're
Jacob
not
and
the
Esau
same.
do look like Thor and Loki.
Exactly.
One's big and strong and noble. One's sneaky, schemy, slimy.
Yep.
That does make sense. I still like Saul for like.
I like that as a back or
as a backup option.
As a backup option, I think one of those two would be perfect.
Yeah.
Do you have a Thor in mind? Like where's
Jesus? Son of God.
Son of God.
Sorry. No.
I love that so much.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the like big strong people we mentioned for football roster
I feel
picks.
like there's more like a divinity attached to his character though, because he's like talked as a god, and so like there's a part of me that's like, would it be like Pharaoh, or like you know what I mean?
Pharaoh and his ties to human divine crossover. I know Thor doesn't talk about himself like that, but in the Marvel universe, he looks so human and everybody just kind of treats him as one.
Yep.
And it's always weird when they bring up, oh yeah, he's a god. A like spiritual being, sort of whatever. A not human.
Yeah.
A being superior to humans.
Because that's what I was trying, because they treat Pharaoh like a god, you know, and he seems to have that like.
I would treat again like Elijah, Elisha.
Yeah.
Somebody like a prophet who's big and strong, but I can't think of one. I don't know if there are any or
Nehemiah builds the wall while he has a sword in one hand. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Maybe
Maybe he's a good quarterback.
Maybe he's a good quarterback. He's not a back. You know, I think it is like it's hard for me.
Simon the sorcerer, sorta.
It's like hard for me because he's jovial and he's kind of silly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but he also has a temper.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of I think it's like a hard fit. That's like the one that I feel like is difficult out of the whole thing. Do you have like an Ant-Man?
Jonah.
Is it like Jonah or Zacchaeus?
He
like
got
I'm like
swallowed by a fish.
Yep.
Ant-Man shrinks down and goes inside machines and whatever. I don't know. I feel like that's almost too. You could name character traits, but it'd be hard to say.
It'd be hard.
Somebody from the Bible reminds me of shrinking down to a little size.
Do you have a Spider-Man? I mean, that's probably the last one.
Spider-Man. That's probably young David or like Apollos or like Mark. Mark from the New Testament is probably it.
What about Samuel? Like he's I don't know.
He's Gandalf. That's not Marvel. He's Samuel's probably the king from the Odin from.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like
that's
that. I
probably
like
Samuel.
Odin. Yeah, that's a good one.
From the Thor Norse Marvel side.
Maybe
of the
he's
universe.
Josiah. That's who Spider-Man is.
Josiah could be Spider-Man. I still like Mark because Mark is a better choice John Mark for how divisive Spider-Man is, especially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's a really good pick.
Where Iron Man's like torn over
letting
how
him
much
in,
responsibility do I
yeah.
give him, but all that responsibility puts him in danger. I don't want to see him hurt. That'll be blood on my hands, whatever. That looks like Paul and Barnabas fighting over John
100%.
Mark. How useful is he? How much of a drag is he going to be?
So who's Black Panther then? Because that's like the last one. It's like
the Ethiopian eunuch.
Is that
no, I don't know.
I think the Ethiopian eunuch is like an easy, but I'm like, is it like Philip?
I don't know. I feel like the nobility is part of his thing. That he's a person who uses nobility for honorable and good ends. And so like most of the people I can think of in the New Testament don't have that. Maybe Nicodemus, although he's way too old for it, but like has a level of
maybe it is James. Is it James, brother of Jesus?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one of the good kings from maybe Josiah, maybe one of the good kings from the Old Testament, of whom there are very few.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe he is Samuel.
Maybe Joseph.
Joseph would be a good one.
Yeah.
Joseph makes sense because he's like third in charge.
Sense.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great poll. That's exactly who that is.
Yeah.
Okay, now
or Moses.
Moses would be a good one
Joseph,
too.
Moses both make sense. Pretty much early Moses.
Now let's go to the DC side for just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Mainly, I got to pick up my son in 20 minutes, so we have 20 minutes to decide the world.
Sounds like we have 10 minutes.
It sounds like we have 15.
Sure. Sorry, Cooper. Yeah.
So let's just go down the line. Like Batman.
Here's what's going to be tough. There's so many similarities between DC and Marvel. It's like Batman. Oh, just pick the same guy as Iron Man.
I totally understand.
Superman or whoever. I don't know.
But see, Solomon doesn't have a tragic past. And so like I feel like with Batman, you can't just go the route of like the same.
Okay.
Because like in my mind, Batman, I start to see Batman as kind of like Moses, because it's like he's been through some stuff, but he's got a talent. He's kind of hesitant, but he's a vigilante, and then he's coming back to Gotham.
Yeah. He's too old to be doing what he's doing. Got all that under control.
Who's Superman?
I would say
this is a hard one.
It has to be such a noble, honorable person who's got a lot of like power or authority. Again, you could pick David. You could pick David for like half these characters.
You could
because of different parts of his life.
I kind of go like three different directions with Superman. Like I go the direction of Joseph, where I'm just kind of like he's one of the characters. I kind of go Daniel.
Yeah.
With Superman, where it's like he's never talked about in a negative way, and he brings hope in the middle of like, and he's not from Babylon, so he's kind of not in his own world for almost his whole life.
Yeah.
And then I go Paul, where it's like there's this level of transformation and coming out of.
I think Daniel's my favorite pick.
I think Daniel's the one that
he's an exile. Like, he's an alien in the like country to country sense.
Yep.
He's got a little bit of superpoweredness to him. He's got the perpetual choice between good and evil, and always struggling to do the right thing, but doing the right thing anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Daniel's the perfect pick for that.
Okay, I'm gonna go Daniel then. Wonder Woman. I feel like it's an easy one, dude. I think it's Ruth. You go.
I don't know,
Ruth. Gosh, man, I feel like
I think again, Wonder Woman's kind of from the nobility of her tribe. She's a big deal. She's humble about it, but she's a big deal. Ruth is as anti-theologically correct as this is not a big deal socially. She's a very small deal. She's a widow whose only other family is her widowed mother-in-law.
So we're going
from another country.
Are we going the only fighting judge then, Deborah? Is that who we need to go?
Deborah is a really good choice. I would also say maybe like Phoebe or Junia, or somebody else like that. You're looking for a woman who's humble and noble and brave and mighty in her own role.
Yeah, in whatever
so I feel
role
like
she has.
those fit better than Ruth.
Done. And do we have like the Flash? Is that just John?
It's John again.
John because he won the race to the tomb. That's so
probably.
Funny. And then
maybe a couple guys from the Old Testament who run out to tell a king something or run back to give some news, like the Greek tale of the marathon runner or whatever. Some people like that could be. Maybe Jesus. He's shown up places.
I mean,
you don't see him coming after his resurrection, and then he's there. He can vibrate through walls. I mean, I think it's Jesus.
Philip disappears and reappears.
That's true.
So he transports maybe whether he's Philip.
We can't pick Jesus for any of these. So I feel like it's Philip or it's John.
Okay.
Philip is not the apostle. Philip from Acts 8.
Yeah. Philip that maybe goes to the Samaritans.
Because 6,
he's the Philip the evangelist.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Aquaman's the last one. I feel like there's only like a couple
Jonah.
picks. It's either Peter that walks on water, right? It's either Peter that walks on water, or any of the fishermen. Like I don't know. Like
I don't think fisherman is enough to say. I think Peter who walks on water. I think Jonah. I mean, tells a fish to stop eating me, and then eventually he does.
We're missing the one though that I feel like if people are listening, they're like
Green Lantern.
No, I think you have to go. I think you have to go Moses for Aquaman because he splits the Red Sea.
Okay,
I think you have to do that.
I'm
He's
here
the
for
only
that.
one that did it.
That's a good one.
I think you have to go that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
Is that enough characters? Is there any characters you want?
I think it's enough.
Okay.
Green Lantern would be really hard because there's a handful of them, and the power doesn't really connect to anything.
The personality.
The closest you can get is a Holiab and the other guy who built the tabernacle.
It'd almost be like John the Baptist. I'd be like the closest version.
Something like that. I'm not super happy with that.
Yeah,
comparison.
I'm not either.
And then Martian Manhunter's literally not a person.
Yeah,
he's from Mars. He's
the angel of God. That's just shows up.
He's the angel who appeared to Mary.
Yep.
Or to Abram and Sarai, and it's like you're gonna have a baby, and they're like, "Who are you?"
Yep. All right. Well, let's get to the final one, and this is just gonna be a real quick thing. This is basically for Ryan's sake because I really think this would be fun. Let's build our favorite band.
Or we're just filling out a pretty standard
rock star band.
So like drums, bass, main vocalist, background vocalist, electric guitars, keyboard or piano.
Yep.
Maybe one other instrument if you can think of anything. I'm going David for lead guitarist.
Yeah, I think we got to put him on that.
He's the only person we know other than maybe some psalmists, Sons of Korah, Asaph, who like played a stringed instrument. And he's pretty famous for doing that.
Yeah. I think like backup vocals, like I can't help but like think through some of the things that I feel like are in the New Testament where like the Spirit falls and like people are speaking to like going crazy. But I think there's like a level of like I want the like those that were in the upper room that like saw Jesus come back for the first time.
Okay.
Like anybody that was in that upper room, you can be in the backup vocals. You're our choir.
Yeah.
You're our like filler songs. I just feel like that would be the ones you're like, yeah, give me that. Drums. You got any drums?
I would go for background vocals. I would go Barnabas.
Yeah.
Always trying to find the harmony to help support other people's melodies.
This is why we're doing this. That's awesome. That's a really good thought.
Barnabas here for that. A lot of like the mighty kind of people would fit for a drummer.
Yeah.
I'm picking Benaiah, who's one of David's mighty men.
That's a good one.
Who killed. I need to refresh my memory on this. If it's like 2 lions or 2 lion spirited or looking like people, whatever, that's a pretty mighty heroic thing to do.
That is a very mighty heroic.
He would be a shirtless or a tank top hair metal drummer.
See, I was going to take the drummers from when they fell Jericho.
Yeah.
So that was the only time
nice.
I would like. I feel like they had some practice. Yeah. And they seemed to know what they were doing to some degree. Do we have a bass player?
Gotta think about it.
Because I'm like the bass player kind of holds the groove, right? They hold the groove.
I'm picking the 13th disciple, Matthias.
Matthias?
Because wait, he's a part of the group. That's exactly what I'm picking him for bass.
I don't even know who that is.
Wait, you were in the band?
All right.
Named once and then like never again.
So we got a lead guitarist. We have a bass player. We got drums.
We have background vocals.
We need acoustic.
You can pick acoustic, or for some bands, just pick electric guitars.
Okay.
We have a lead guitarist, but you could just pick a rhythm one.
Mm-hmm.
Lead vocalist could also be a guitarist.
So I'm
Or a
thinking
keys player.
just by the consistency of their life, I think Daniel could have learned how to play some rhythm guitar. I think Daniel could have learned how to play some rhythm. Yeah, because he had a lot of time. Seems like he was pretty disciplined. It seemed like he was wise in a lot of things. I feel like an instrument would have just been a natural groove for him.
I am going to pick two people, and they're going to be keys, synth sound, piano, whatever, and rhythm guitar, whether that's acoustic or electric.
Yeah.
I'm picking Priscilla and Aquila.
Yeah, they would be.
They're in sync. They're a married couple.
Yep.
They are courting through stuff is like setting the foundation for everybody else, but also it's an art in its own sense. And arranging a song to put chords behind it is kind of like how are we going to build this thing? And so like they have the unity with each other and the like overall knowledge to like do a pretty good job at that.
Yeah, and because it's at the start of something too, it's like like bringing the band together.
Yeah,
which is like the foundations of what you need. I like that. All right, biggest moment. Who's the lead singer?
I'm going Timothy.
Okay.
You could say Paul, but he's probably too old.
Yeah.
And Paul was probably a good lead singer for a band 40 years ago. He told Timothy everything he knows. I'm picking Timothy because he's young enough. He's willing to learn. And so because of that, he's probably got the energy and the stage presence and the whatever, but also still looking for ways to improve.
So I'm going to give you my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I think you'll like my thoughts.
Yeah.
We haven't decided what style of band this is yet.
I don't know why. I'm just thinking like Rush.
Okay. So here's why the lead singer matters.
Yeah.
If we go hard metal rock, all right, and we just hit that, I want Peter.
Yeah.
But if we go like
Peter sounds like the guy from Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, if we went go poppy catchy, all right, I want Apollos.
Yeah.
I want him to be like he's smooth operator. I think he would just he'd know how to groove, right? Mm-hmm. But if we're going like religious and like we're gonna lead some worship and like you want this to be believable, whatever you're saying, I want James, the brother of Jesus.
Okay.
Because I just think that like you're not gonna be able to listen to him and not be like, this guy believes in he was live with him the whole time. Like that witness would be pretty wild. Any disagreements with that? Any other thoughts?
So.
Any thoughts on that?
I think genre-wise, this is going to be an ultra-specific comment. Genre-wise, if you were trying to recreate the from the past couple of years, Robert Plant and a female vocalist whose name starts with an M. Have you heard any of this stuff?
I probably have, but I don't know I have.
So Robert Plant's the guy from Led Zeppelin. And Alison Krauss.
Oh, yeah. Alison Krauss.
If you're trying to recreate that, I'm going John the Disciple, like AD, 80s, 90. He's old. He's got a cool voice like that. And then like Junior or Phoebe or one of them.
Yeah, Phoebe. I was thinking
Alison
Phoebe
Krauss
would
also
be, that would be a
Phoebe because she read the letter, probably has a strong voice.
Fire.
Anyway, that's how you recreate that. If you haven't heard any of their music, it's good. It's like folky country-ish. You wouldn't expect Robert Plant to sing like a normal person, especially at like 70 years old. It's fire.
I'll need to check it out. Well, hey, we did it. We made our teams. This is a silly, fun episode. I hope you enjoyed it.
You could make your best podcast lineup. 2 Bible characters.
I love it. Well, put some comments in the comments. I want to see what you guys are thinking. If you have any other thoughts or ideas around some of this, we were just having some fun around it. We just
what do you think we got wrong?
Yeah, if we did, I don't think we did though.
We got only right answers.
I think we crushed all of them. I don't think there was any. Hey, as always, like the video, share it if you can, leave a review. It helps us. It helps the algorithm. But also share it with anybody you think might find this fun and interesting. There's obviously tons of things we've talked about on this podcast.
There's maybe 4 people who will like all the same stuff we mentioned. But share it with them.
Yep. As always, thanks so much for listening in and, hanging out. And we appreciate you and hope to see you next time. Have a great and glorious day in the Lord. See you later.
See ya.